what do you do on Sabbath? Let's call it Friday night and then during the day Saturday. What are you doing? What are you not doing?
Yes. So for us, we kick off with the dinner. Alyssa's parents live on our property, and so we have them over every single Sabbath. And to me, and again, craft it how you want, but I want our kids to grow up and see that like that night is almost like a kickoff party storytelling night. Yep. So what I do, which has gone so well, and we're years into this compound interest effect now, which is so beautiful to see, is it takes less than 5 minutes to start the dinner, but it's funny how if you just do little small things, it is way different. So we put out some nice plates and napkins, we light a candle, we sing a song, and then we bless the kids. We put our hands on their head and just say blessings over them. That takes less than 3 minutes, okay? Mm-hmm. But then what we do is then the kids eat this. If you have little kids and you have a hard time getting kids to sit at the table, this is the life hack of the century. Okay, and of course, like 2 years old, that's different. I mean, like 4, 5, 6, 7, that kind of realm that's still hard. They want to squirm and whatever. Put the grandparents or anyone who's maybe older that you can invite to that table. Put them on the storytelling hot seat. And then before they come over for dinner, tell your kids, hey, you get to ask Mimi and Papa, that's our grandma and grandpa, any question you want about their childhood. And it is insane how much kids will, like we've had 4-year-olds sit at a table for 2 hours because it's just like, it's funny, man. You start letting kids loose in that environment and they're just like, what was your favorite? And we just let them, what was your favorite Christmas present when you were younger? When was some time you got beat up or got bullied? And they're just like yelling them out, what was the ones we just asked last week that were really good? Oh, Cannon goes, what was your favorite teacher in school growing up, Mimi and Papa? And what did you love about them? And then again, what that does to a grandparent, by the way, the honor, the joy, the smile on their face. So it's almost like I get out of the way Friday night. I make the dinner and then I just kind of like, it's just grandkids and grandparents. Now you might not have grandparents around. Like I said, it can be anyone at that table, but it's really fun to just make that night about the communal aspect and the storytelling aspect. And maybe if it's just you and your kids, make that the fun storytelling night with your kids. Like so many of us parents, we don't pass on our story to our kids. They actually don't know barely anything about our childhood. So it's like make it fun and just be like, hey, ask me a question, right? And there's a cheating way to do that. There's an Amazon journal. I think it's called like Grandfather's Journal and Grandmother's Journal. And it's actually a journal you give to your grandparents that has like 700 questions in it that they fill out over years. And we just use that as a cheat sheet of like, I'll just flip to a random page and ask them. So we don't actually use it how it's meant to be used. But yeah, so do that with like yourself. And then Saturday, here's the best way I say it is I need to be going into my work week full of rest, not depleted. What will it take for a 24-hour cycle for me to do that? What do I need to do that? For me, it's not just sitting there. Yeah. I actually that's not healthy for me. Yeah. Abraham Heschel said, if you Sabbath, if you work with your hands during the week, Sabbath with your mind. If you work with your mind during the week, Sabbath with your hands. I work with my mind, which means I'm typing, I'm thinking, I'm writing all week. I do nothing with my hands. I sit on a chair and it's like, I need to work out just to like get up off the seat. So for me, Sabbath is actually like gardening. Right? Mm-hmm. Now to my landscaping buddy, Greg, do you think that's his Sabbath? No, right? Because that's what he does all week. Yep. So it's like, so that's a very good example of that's Sabbath to you. Whatever you do. So like, for me, I turn off the phone for that whole day, right? Because like for me, my phone is work. I love it, but it's annoying and it's buzzing and it's blah, blah, social media. That's my life. So I got to do it. I got to lean into that. I got to steward it. But then on Saturday, I'm off. So it's like, it's off, turned off. I have an Apple Watch. I literally even put on another watch on Saturday just because I'm like committed, right? What else? We go to the beach. We, go on walks. It's kind of that Thorin Oakenshield quote I said, like good song, good food, good cheer. It's just like, what would it take to do that? Another way to think about it is what's your off button? What button do you have to push to go off? Is it working out? Is it swimming? Is it hiking? Is it sitting? Is it watching football? Is it good food? Is it a good beer? Is it good wine? Is it listening to music? Is it being off the internet? What is your off button? Find the off button. Experiment with it, by the way, because it's not something that's like you will try and fail. To me, it took me a year to know what my off button was and how I can get there, and then do it, and then just stick to it, just like a Christmas. No one says, it'd be funny if we did Christmas, by the way. It'd be like, what if we get to December 25th and we just kind of go, I'm not feeling it this week. Yeah. Let's just do it December 28th. Yeah. That's not how it works. It's an external reality you submit to. Just do it. And so, and it's like, and sometimes you might be sick, sometimes you might be throwing up, whatever. But it's like, it is. It's an external reality you submit to. So that's what I would say.
Yeah, that's so good, man. Yeah, like what I love about the
if you can't tell, I got Sabbath thoughts. Sabbath thoughts.
We could do a whole show just on it. Maybe we'll do a whole show someday on this. But what I love is that every week you get a new chance at it, right? Because like there's especially
that's the spiral thing.
Yeah, I screwed up the first year. We did it for a solid year, and like it wasn't easy with little two when it was like there was like one.
Which in that era, by the way, full permission. Like for us, that was like not the special napkins, it was paper plates and pizza.
Yep.
And it was just like, what makes it easy
What makes
tonight?
it easier? And yeah, because like
What makes it
100%.
easiest for us to get there?
Yep. We also like, because we don't really watch TV and movies throughout the week. Now, like today, we'll watch them on Saturday afternoon.
Same.
Yeah, and I love
and the kids
that
love
time.
it.
Kids love
and
it.
it's communal.
Yep.
Because here's the thing, and this is actually another thing. I've kind of a semi-hot take where I don't think all screens are created equal. I think there's a lot of like, screen time's bad.
Yes.
Sure, and I actually do agree with that in general.
Yep.
I know what people mean, but there's a wild difference of a kid on an iPad in his bedroom by himself, right? Than actually like us watching as a family the 9 Star Wars together over 9 weeks. That's a wildly different human experience.
100%.
And so they're not created equal, and we're big on that. Like communal screen time, family movie night is how we end Sabbath. So Saturday night, every single night we watch a movie, and it closes it perfect. The kids love it.
That's
we watch
beautiful.
a ton of nostalgic ones from the 90s. It's a blast.
That's very cool.
It's fun.
Yeah, we started doing, and we'll have to, we'll have you over sometime. Maybe.
I'm down.
But Friday night we do that. We have this big. I haven't showed you the backyard yet. But we have this big, long 20-foot table back there. So what was it, Alex? Was it last Friday or 2 Fridays ago? We had 25 people over, and we grilled. Everyone brought we had a pile of meat that was like 1.5 foot high. We afterwards, all the kids jumped in the pool.
Yes.
We sat around talking and sipping whiskey until midnight.
Yes.
It was such
Dude, that's
a
the good life.
glorious night.
That's the good life.
Yeah, I'm like, it took me a year or two to find that out.
Him?
He's not in the Maui Cool Kids text. Yeah, we got to get him the Maui Cool.
And
no, he's
like I
up
said,
country.
it's the hour carpool.
Yeah,
it's the
he's
hour
up
carpool.
country.
I'm in though. I'm in.
That's when something like when I first heard Sabbath. Yeah, I thought it was be by yourself, pray,
Yes.
whatever. And it's for
feasting.
me. Yeah, it's feasting. It's joy.
Yes.
What brings you joy
Yes.
and rest and beauty?
Yes.